Good evening, Gooners. Welcome back to the Gooner Booth. It is the match preview for the Sporting game, but Wayne wasn't with me on the watch along, so I think we've got a lot to discuss. I'm still fuming from Saturday, and I think, do you know what? I watched my stream back. Vain, I know, but I thought I'd done quite well not to lose my shit on that stream. To be fair, Wayne. Look, before we get into it, guys, please smash the like button up. Please subscribe, guys. We're on the road to 1K, so help us out. I think we need 20 more subscribers to get there. So yeah, if you're new around here, smash that subscribe button and also hit the like button. Get involved in the chat this evening. There is a lot to talk about. Probably going to be a lot of ranting, moaning from me probably, but I think it's needed. Wayne, I want to start off with something, right? I'm just gonna pop something on the screen here. Right? What the fuck is that? How have we got to this stage where we're getting the piss taken out of us, right? We're 9 points clear, right? We had it in our hands, right? And you've got City mocking us, right? At what point are the players going to look at this and go, nah, not like, come on, that people are taking the piss out of us now, right? Why are the fans looking at it and going, we're getting absolute piss taken out of us, right? With social media, everyone's gone in hard, right? And you know what? I don't blame them, right? If I'm on the other end, I'm looking at it going, Arsenal bottling it again, and it would be the biggest bottle in history, Wayne, to throw away a potential 12-point gap, right? It was in 4 trophies 2 weeks ago. Now we're talking about winning nothing, right? We're going to get into the Champions League preview, right? Which I think we've got a very good chance of winning. But I don't think we've got the attacking ability to get through the games. But you never know, right? And we have to have faith. But over the weekend, Chelsea was shit, by the way. I want to add that in there. We've watched City beat Chelsea 3-0 comfortably. We go to the Etihad, right? And we will do a preview. There's going to be loads of content on that. And I imagine that everyone's going to be getting involved in that. And that's going to be one of the biggest games. It is the biggest game of the season. It's going to be make or break. We go and beat them at the Etihad, we win the title. That will give us the mentality to get over the line. But can we do it, Wayne? That's another question. That is another question. Will we go and get battered at the Etihad? I think our season's done, if I'm being honest with you. But look, what's winding me up is, are the players not looking at that? They don't look at all this stuff going, bottle jobs, all this stuff. And I was listening to Arteta's press conference, snippets of it earlier. And he's like, no, my team's beautiful. I'm like, mate, just fucking, I feel like I want him to show a bit of passion in the press conference, right? He's getting absolutely hounded by the media, right? You know what they was doing, Wayne? They were goading him. All right, fair play. He's probably been trained not to bite. But you want him to go, no, they've got to go out there, the players. They've got to go out there, starting with tomorrow, and show us something now. And my worry is, I'm not sure if Arteta's capable.
Yeah, listen, firstly, good evening. And
good evening, mate. Straight in there, straight in.
No, listen, mate, you got to get your frustrations out. I get that. I'm a little bit on the other end of the spectrum. I mean, there's been a lot of hounding from all sides, really. It's kind of, as I say, we've said it previously in videos with the video of George Graham saying no one likes Arsenal. Well, Sky Sports picked out a geezer who had a small Arsenal bottle. Who, by the way, the backstory of that is that Arsenal Football Club went and got his boy that drink, right, and he saved it. That fan has saved it, and Sky Sports and the cameraman picks him out of a 3,000 away end. Pick this guy out. They are they're Sky Sports, a lot of media. They're all on it, mate. They're all against it. There is a massive agenda, and there's no one else anyone can say to convince me otherwise. There's a massive one. Everyone hates this tone, and this is where it's vitally important that every Arsenal fan. I mean, we're a small channel, so that the team won't and Arteta won't see this channel, but the team and Arteta and the fans, supporters, shall I say, have to remember 3 words, in my opinion. three words that have embodied this club for years. It was on our crest for a hell of a long time, and that is Victoria, Concordia, Crescit. And what does that mean, Tone? Victory through harmony. Do not let the outside world get inside to what we need to do. It's vitally important, Tone, that we remember them three words. It's no longer on the badge, right? But that is what this for years, this football club, and we have to remember as well, everyone hates us. Everyone wants to see us implode from within. You know, everyone wants to see this. Got to stick together. Bournemouth wasn't acceptable, right? But we have to stick together, mate. That's the main thing. The players, the staff, let Sky Sports pick up a random bloke. Now he's afterwards as well. By the way, they've run a little thing, and they're interviewing the guy. You know, he's like the best thing since the last spoke. This is your premier sporting channel. This is how they are, because they've been Man United. They've always been Man United. They've all been North supporting, like Liverpool, Man U. Now it's Man City. They've always been that way, you know. So you have to ignore that. You have to ignore the tossers like that with an Arsenal bottle when the club, you know, maybe the club shouldn't have helped his boy out, but he wants to do that. Let that be fuel, Tone. Yeah, let it be fuel. Let
That's what I'm
Turkey,
saying.
let
They've got to look
Turkey's
at it.
kick ups in the Carabao Cup be fuel. Yeah, don't, obviously you have to ignore outside noise. But stuff like that, where you got a Man City fan drinking out of an Arsenal call because apparently an Arsenal bottle job, use it as fuel, Tone. And that's
That's what I
why I'm
want, mate.
calm.
That's what I want.
I'm calm until it happens on Sunday. But there's a lot of things. There's a lot of people. I have to say, it's quite a few accounts on X, which, you know, I do look at, and some of them are quite positive. Some of them will give you a different mindset. But for me, if I'm looking at my own, from when I'm looking at it, Tone, I get your anger, mate, and I get every supporter watches this channel, or supporters online in general. Every Arsenal fan, not online, everywhere in the world. You're going to be upset, and you have every right to be upset about Bournemouth. But the last thing we should be doing is being against the manager, against any individual players. You know, we can sit here. We've said it prior to the stream that, you know, looking at players are not in good form. I could list them, Tone, but I'm deciding not to tonight, because I want to be diplomatic, and I want to be behind the team, because there's no use. Me, you, channels out there, bigger channels than us. I mean, AFTV would be loving negativity, Tone, but their channel, you know, their channel, that's all they're fed off. I don't want our channel to be fed off of that. We need to be fed off of that. You know, we're neutral in the sense that we're not overly negative. You know, we can be positive, but we have to balance the rough and the smooth, Tone. And everyone watching just got to be calm. Yeah, until it's over, it's not over yet. You know, so we have to go there, fight for it. First, starting tomorrow, which we'll obviously preview. My starting 11 will look a little bit funny, Tone, but that's based on the fact that there's a few first teamers that again haven't trained. Declan Rice apparently, Erdegaard, Saka, Timber. Obviously Moreno's out long term. So Calafiori as well, by the way. So it's not looking great unless he's thinking, scrape it through, try and get some wounded Arsenal fans on board, Tone, at the Emirates, get through this game, and let's get Sunday. But you know, it's vitally important we start tomorrow. Supporters in that stadium, and everyone that supports the football, I'll get behind the team, mate. That's, you know, that's my rent, Tone.
What do you think? Do you think we'll win the league?
Yeah.
You do.
Mm.
With me,
because
look,
listen, I mean, you can't. You can look on previous, right? I mean, you know, Ez has come out as well. He's spoken well. It's what the players have to do on the pitch. And I know what PTSD is kind of hit a lot of fans. And the worst takes I've had, Tone, is Mikel out and stuff like that. Now, listen, I get it. I've said it myself. That questions would have to be asked. I get that. But right now, there's people going, oh, what about, oh yeah, in the summer, you know, if Luis Enrique's free. Well, he's not actually, because he's with PSG, earning multi-millions. They're even talking about Cesc Fabregas. Now, come on, Please don't
No,
start with Cesc.
I disagree with Cesc Fabregas because he's not going to be no
You know?
different to Arteta. He's not won trophies. But I
Yeah.
do agree with the Luis Enrique thing, Wayne. If we don't win a trophy this season, then Arteta doesn't keep his job. I think that's got to be a given, mate. You can't continue with a guy on the 7th year, throw more money at him if we haven't won that trophy. I would go and put your £15 million down on Luis Enrique, right? He's not getting paid anywhere near that at PSG. Right, go and get a winner. I think it's one of them things where you go to Arteta and go, look, thank you for everything you've done, but you haven't got over the line. And it's business at the end of the day as well, Wayne. Like what we're paying a lot of money. Like literally to add insult to injury. I had an email earlier. I don't know if you got one saying my membership's going to be renewed in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And you're like, fucking hell, their timing couldn't be any worse. You know, literally, I'm sitting there absolutely fuming. I'm getting bantered left, right, and centre from United fans of all people as well. Going, oh, it looks like you're bottom the league again. Liverpool fan looks like, oh, we want City to win anyway, so this works out really well. I hope they're going better. You. Now, I know we're sort of eating into the preview here for the sporting game, but I had a chance to really catch up with you on after the Bournemouth situation. But I'm sort of sitting there now going, can we go? Do we have the mentality, right, to go to an Etihad, right? Because I want us to go there and I want us to smash them. I just don't see it. And I know that's pretty bad because I've got an Arsenal channel. I should have faith in my team. Wayne, I'm worried. I'm worried that we're going to be sitting at the end of the season going with one fuck all again, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Charles has put, evening mates, happy to hear sane voices again since Saturday 12:30. It's been all noise, no voice. Yeah, look, Wayne will probably be more sense than me. My PTSD is at the highest level at the moment, and I think that it's yeah, Tony, mate, I hope you're not talking about sacking the manager. It's futile to do it now. No. I've never agreed. Like, that is just stupid. They're going, I'll sack the manager now. What is that going to gain? That's going to gain nothing. It's going to gain nothing, right? Look at Tottenham. Really good example, right? They've gone through what three managers this season alone, right? And the Zerbi come in, nothing's changed, right? So I completely disagree with that. However, I do think that it needs to be looked at the end of the season. I think Wayne's agreed with me on that. I think at the end of the season, it's got to be looked at. You're paying someone £15 million. He's the third highest paid manager in Europe, and he hasn't won a trophy. It's got to be looked at. I'm sorry, it has to be looked at. And
listen, to counteract it, Tone, because listen, I get you. You're angry and there's a lot. To counteract it, mate. I mean, I get what you're saying. I get what a lot of people are saying. But when it comes to Mikel, he joined this club when we was in the absolute pits, and he has got us consistently challenging. Like he said in his press conference, we haven't batted an eyelid that we've actually qualified for next year's Champions League. Right? That used to be our bread and butter.
Oh yeah,
for years upon years, and we've qualified for it. We're in the Champions League next year. No one's talking about that. Everyone's talking about a poor performance against Bournemouth. Yes, three losses in 4. For me, yeah, I mean, I get the talk. I understand it, but I also think then we need to have a level head come the end of the season. It's not over yet. You're allowing external voices, Tone. And again, I keep telling you, stop listening to TalkSport. Stop listening.
Yeah,
stop listening to TalkSport. Stop talk shite. Stop listening to Sky Sports. Don't even entertain AFTV. Get the negative voices out of you, son. At the end of the day, until it's over, till it's mathematically over, then we'll have to have a conversation. We are going tomorrow night. We're going to attempt to get into the semi-finals of a Champions League, yeah, and we are still top of the Premier League with 6 points. Yes, City have a game in hand, but we have to go there, and we are not the favourites, Tone. So go there and fight. Go there for a dogfight and fight them. And the fact of the matter is, no matter how we swing it, we have to deal with it. City shouldn't be in this league, though, Tone. We have to fight them.
No, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. But on that note as well, I know they're 115 charges FC. If we lose this league to them, right, and say the end of the season that comes through, and they go, right, they've been deducted, they're relegated. Arsenal, here's the Premier League trophy. I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that asterisk. I want to go and win it now. What's worrying me, right? I want to see the fight, and on against Bournemouth, right? And I think the problem that we've got, right, and that's actually I'm really thinking deep about this. We've got problems because at the end of the season, we've probably got one more season where we keep players like Rice, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, right, before we go back 10 years, right? Because they're going to go, what? Fucking hell, I'm going to go and win silverware elsewhere if we're not doing it here, right? That's my worry, Wayne, is if we carry on going down this road, we're going to be going back 10 years because you're going to get our top players who signed for us because they want to win trophies. You're going to lose. You're going to lose our squad. The spine of our squad's going to go.
The criticism I'll have towards Arteta is he's the fact. I mean, let's be fair though. Liverpool done it. I mean, they're struggling now, but he's got his set team. You know, we've said it before. We've moaned about it constantly. Why have you signed Norgard yet? You're not playing him, or you're not getting him to recover a Subamendi or a Rice. You know, he's barely featuring in the Premier League. You know, having lost Moreno again, I will. As much as I don't, he's not a deep line central midfielder, but we miss having the option of a Moreno. Yeah, MLS has not been tried in midfield once. He's still been tried as left back. His position, in my opinion, is a midfielder. He can break away from the lines. Is he raw? Yes, he is. But you haven't even tried that. He's not bothered to try that. So a lot of stuff is on Arteta, and I will get that. It's the worry as well for a lot of fans is it's getting over the line, but it's not gonna help the team if we're all going. You know what? We got to look at it in the summer. We got to get actually, are you good enough to lead this team? This ain't the question. This ain't the time to ask it.
But one thing I do,
we have to get behind the squad and we have to get behind the manager. Let's pull it straight out there. Let's be real. Let's stick it out on the plate. We haven't played great football since the start of the year, but yes, we lost the Carabao Cup final. That was for an individual mistake, and then next minute it capitulated. Yes, it did. Is that on Arteta? Yeah, he tried to play his cup keeper. It was a mistake. We went out to Southampton. We were poor again. Yes, you can look at all of that. But where are we come April? It's April the 14th time, right? As much as our football is crap, we are still in the two biggest competitions in the world with still a chance to win both. We've got ourselves in the position. These next two games, let's hope that he's gone in there and they've all someone said the fight is in there because it needs to be. Yeah, it needs to be. And I know what you're saying with Man City. I mean, the fact is it shouldn't be done this season now because it's absolute joke that it's gone on this long and they're deciding to do it. For me, in my opinion, if you want to be honest, I don't think the Premier League are going to want to see City lift this trophy, mate, because it's not going to look good when they're docked 60 points come next season. So it's not. There's nothing you can do about that. But I think what I'm saying is it is up to us, like you say. But the Premier League, they will not be wanting that at all, in my opinion. But yeah, I have faith, and until it goes, that's where it is. It's a hope that kills you. There's a quote from some films. The hope that kills you, mate. But there's still, in my opinion, there's still something good in this season. We have to look at the positives, and then look, because look at it. You could build it up. One thing I want to put out there, and I hope he doesn't say it again. He didn't say it in his press conference, by the way. What as a Bournemouth, players, Bournemouth manager, what are you going to look into when the opposition you're playing, when you've got nothing to lose? You could go to the Emirates and get battered on Saturday. You got nothing to lose, right? And the opposition manager is saying, "Bring your dinner, bring this, bring that."
Yeah,
stop all that bollocks.
It's a bit embarrassing.
It's stop that bollocks, and there's a video release. We don't need that. Yeah. What it is there's still a mentality among quite the fans that go to a match day, which is, let's be honest, going to the Emirates is expensive, right? Money, you got money problems, you haven't got money problems, but it's expensive, whatever you want to call it, Tone. They expect, I'm paying for premium. I expect Arsenal to batter Bournemouth 4-0. So why should I turn up and bring my dinner? Why should I do this? Why should I do that? In my opinion, cut all that bollocks out now. Yeah, we overhyped that game against Bournemouth. We overhyped it. Yeah, just go out there and play the football. Against Man City, let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk. Ignore the outside noise. This is the dressing room and the manager and the gaffer and whatever. Let them talk. Let all these pundits have their chat. Let them have their say. Go and do it when it matters the most. Yeah, we overhyped it. Don't bring your dinner to the Etihad. Don't bring fuck all, and don't bring my French. Sorry. Don't stop saying this. Bring your whatever. Right? We don't need the fans. Don't need to know. It goes back to when Erdegaard a couple of years back was pissing a lot of fans off, and I was inside the stadium, and he was going,
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop telling the fans what they should do, or the supporters. Yeah, go out there and do it yourselves. That's where I'm going to have my criticism. I'm not going to, I'm going to have my criticism of stop telling, do it yourself. Yeah, and that is the players, that's the manager. That team should be raising the fans. We didn't have a shot on target of note in the whole of a 90 minutes against Bournemouth. That isn't on the fans, Tone. Yeah, we went with no fans in COVID and played better football than we did on Saturday. We were struggling. That was also because of Bournemouth. Fair play to them. You have to praise the opposition.
Yeah, they were good. Bournemouth were good.
Iriola set him up. He does it all the time, Tone. Right, and we got caught. We got caught with a left and then we got caught with a right. That was poor defending, individual errors, but it's not up to the fans to turn that performance. All you have to do is keep singing. I heard them singing. I heard them fans singing. Only way fans are going to start singing and get up is when the tempo from the football team is raised. And then players are playing with fear. And they have to stop that. Release the fear. You can't be building every game up because it was up 12 points. I said it, we all said it, yes we did say it. But I don't know what the fuck he done, but there's my criticism, is that stop this bring your dinner bullshit. Stop releasing videos. Go on that fucking pitch and do the job. And that's where my criticism will come from, Tone. What I've got to say.
I would be happy for the Etihad game for him not to say anything, because you already got Guardiola going. Arsenal are the favourites for that game. Don't
he's
bite.
Deflecting because
don't say a word. Yeah,
he's deflecting because he knows that if that the apprentice could become the master, and it's up to Mikel. Maybe, as I said to you, maybe there could be a plus side. We've been poor since the Cowbell Cup final against Sporting. We were poor, but we contained them. Got a goal, got the hell out of there, stunk the place out. Yeah, all right. Maybe he's learnt a bit tactically with Pep. That's how you're doing, right? You're going to try that again, right? Okay, you know what I mean? We might have lost that final, but I think he might have a plan, Tone.
I'm hoping he does. I was just going to say that. We'll get into the preview of the City game. I know we're sort of eating into the preview here, but it's important. It's important, and it's something that needs to be discussed. I hope that he's... Obviously, we've got to get through this game tomorrow. It's important, right? We're still in another trophy. Champions League is massive. And I think we could beat Atletico if they get past Barcelona as well. I think we could beat them, because they play very similar football to us. But he's got to come up with something different with Guardiola, because Guardiola, for some reason, knows what he's going to do, and he always does it. So I think that he needs to come up with something that Guardiola doesn't even know what he's going to... I think he needs to just surprise Guardiola, and I think that's how we win that match. If he goes out and does the same old stuff, we're going to be in trouble. But listen,
you can't... I mean, it'll be to suffer, I think, and I think as fans we will suffer. But last year we had their number with 10 men, bar right at the last minute, right at the death. Yeah. But there's a lot of fuel. The only fuel I want to see, I don't want it to be... I don't know talk outside. I don't want, Arsenal will more likely release a promotional video, which again, I'm not massively in favour of.
Don't do anything. Don't do anything.
I would just say, for me, the club will not listen to a small channel like ourselves, in all due respect to us, Tony. I don't want to be belittling us, but...
we're nearly at 1K now, mate. What are you talking about?
We're getting there, but what they're not going to say anything, but you're putting it out on there anyway. The club won't listen to that, but don't release anything. Just go there. The game plan needs to be that they need to win, we don't. And what I mean by that is, yes, we do, but they to try to win it, they need to win. Yeah, the pressure is on them, because we could hold them to a draw and still be 6 points. They could win their game in hand, but they will still be 3 points behind us. Right? They have to come out. They have to win. They are the favourites because they're at the Etihad.
Yeah.
You go there. We've done it before, Tone. We've done it again. If there's a manager that's going to do it right now, I believe in this manager. You know, there's a lot to discuss in the summer, and I get what you're saying, but I think this season isn't over, and we shouldn't be writing or thinking it at that point. Keep
I
that.
wouldn't do
It's
anything
hard
now.
to.
No, definitely not. I
It's
disagree with
hard
that.
to.
That's just stupid.
It's
Yeah.
positivity. Is it? You know, until the wheels fall off. You know, let's get behind the manager. Let's get behind the boys. It's we can all argue till we're blue in the face, but we can all agree on one thing, that it's not been enjoyable since January. You know, we scraped through games. You know, Jesus, mate, I would love us to go on that run in 2023-24 where we were just blowing teams away. Unfortunately, it's not. There is certain aspects of the team that are not quite working. Tone. Would I say that needs to look at in the summer? Yeah, but right now, that all they need is our positivity, mate. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think we'll move on. We'll move on to the preview. Get this.
I'll get these comments out of the way because there's loads of them coming in. So thank you for the chat.
Oh, cheers. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I can't
there's
see it on my
loads.
end, but cheers. Go on, go for
Well,
it, Tone.
it's right. Wait, Christopher, do not worry. We'll play Mad Wakey again instead of Dalman. Joe, I thought he as I said in my watch song, I wanted Dalman on, but I didn't think he'd be on that early, and I think that was how bad Mad Wakey, Havertz, and
Yeah, there are some poor, as I say, there's some
there's some poor performances
individual
that day.
performances, Tone. But I think to not step all over what you're saying to stop you from talking, I would just like to make the point that I'm not going to go into individual things. I think right now it's about the collective. It's about what I said when we started the stream. Harmony. We have to let's just be together in this. Let personal opinions of any individuals put aside. I'm pretty sure the managers pulling the players aside that he's thinking, you know, whatever you think, this is the business end there, Tone. You know, and let's be real. Let's talk real for right now. Yeah, you go back 6 years, 7 years. Would you have thought come April the 14th that we'd be competing for the title with a 6 point lead, and we'll be fighting to be going into the semi-finals of the Champions League, the creme de la creme of European football, right? And we're fighting to get into the semi-final with a 1-0 lead. Would you bite someone's hand off for that 7 years ago,
Oh
6
yeah, of
years
course you
ago,
would. Of course you
even
would.
5 years, 4 years ago? We are where we need to be. The question is, and this is, I get the question, but this is where it's the next level. I think he's capable of it, but it's also as well if the players you can get the tune out of them, because as Charles has said, which I'll let you read it out, he's
Yeah.
agreeing with there are players that are gassed out, and this is the
Yeah.
problem.
Let me read this out, mate. Go on. Yeah,
The only worries for me.
the biggest issue this week for Sporting and Man City is Declan and Zubi gassing out. That is why we are not in the games enough. How will we navigate this week? Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the question. That is the question. That is the question, Tom.
Declan Rice looked like a broken man on Saturday. He come off, and I've seen loads of when they're going down the tunnel. They're normally, Rice is normally interactive with the fans. He literally did not stay and clap. He literally walked down that tunnel, right? Which I get. It was frustrated, and this is where I'm worried, because if we don't get a trophy over the line this season, players like that are going to start looking at the door and going, am I going to have to go and get it elsewhere? Because he left. This is where the banter comes from, West Ham. He's left to go to a bigger club, and he's won more trophies with West Ham than he has Arsenal, right? And that's a fact.
Yeah.
And I think it's got to change, because and I don't get me wrong, there's a lot of players that need to fuck off as well. Excuse my French, right? There's a lot of players in this team that needs to be done with them. Jesus needs to go. Martinelli needs to be looked at.
Trossard. We said no individual chat. Come on.
No, I know, but I'm just saying you got to look at the squad, and you got to look at that we've got too many players out of form. Right, I know in no individual chat. I know you want that, but I have to call players out. I'm sorry, like Zubimendi has not been great, but what we've got to look at, has he been running to the ground? There's a guy he's got no confidence. He couldn't play a 5-yard pass on Saturday.
I think his form struggled because his form struggled. If you want my, as I say again, I'm not pinning anything on it, and I know it's not so much individual, but it's like with Moreno. I think that's where it's majorly kind of impacted on Zubi's form. That's my opinion. I just sat there in the back of my mind, and I'm just hoping. I'm hoping that there's going to be something about it, because I think Subi is a funny one, because we were talking till say January or February this year, before we started to realise the blowout and the dropping performance levels, that Subi was one of the best signings, was a signing of the season. You know, the way he was playing, his role's been changed, because I think someone said it's like the Man United game where he got done, didn't he, and a mistake, and let him back in, and then Mikel's like, can I trust him? I mean, if the manager's kind of um, losing that, you know, confidence in the player, that can also have ramifications on your form. Like, oh, the gaffer he wants me further forward. In my opinion, I've always said that I'd like to see Declan Rice as a 6 as well, but sometimes Declan Rice is all action midfielder, that he can. There was runs against Bournemouth where if he had some
Yeah.
more support, it would have got to something. He was doing well, you know. So yeah, it's a lot to question. But what I'm saying that is, Tony, is because we can sit here as a channel, a young channel, you know, trying to, you know, almost 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely brilliant. But we can sit here as and join the other channels and rant and rave. All I'm saying is that we understand that. I understand that, but I'm taking a calmer stance. Yeah, because no matter what we think of individual players, how poor individual players, without naming them, their form has been, we have to be a collective. It has to be every single bloody player. It's like, listen, this football club stands, you know, on the cusp of history, yeah, in two of the best competitions to be competing in. You know, we have to get it over the line, and it starts with us fans. If we're putting ourselves out there, you know, different fan channels, you have to keep that. You can't, you know, we can't have infighting. We can't have, he's got to go. He's got to go now. He's got to go in the summer. If you don't win anything, you know it. I
It's
know.
very gun ho. It's the one thing I agree with, that at the end of the season, if we don't win anything, it's got to be looked at, right? And I think that's a fair point to make, right? But I've heard a lot of supporters going, "Oh, get rid of him now. Go and get, I don't know, go and get Jurgen Klopp." The stuff I've been hearing, I have to laugh, because
It's so crazy.
people,
You're entitled to your opinion, Tone. Everyone, not you. I mean these
yeah,
people that are saying it. You know what I mean, right?
yeah.
The individual, you know, you're entitled to it. There are fans out there, Tone. There are Arsenal fans that dislike. I call them fans, because you're not supporting the team, but they hate
I don't,
Arteta to the
wait,
point that they'd love,
who
love
would
to see him
boo?
foul. You
Who
know.
would boo? I'm sorry. One thing I disagree with on Saturday was the booing. I don't agree with booing. Right? We're still
What kind
top
of
of the
message
league.
is that going to send, Tone? Like someone said, and again, this is why I'm saying someone said, this is, I would bear in mind whoever, if so, you know, they won't watch it anyway, Tone, but I'm just saying this is what someone said on X, and I will make sure that I'm not plagiarizing or nicking anyone's thought process. Yeah, I just had to agree with it. I thought that's a good point, because having points and stuff like that, and seeing fellow Gooners, and some reasonable, some unreasonable, and someone said, he said, these fans have gone into that stadium and sung North London forever, whatever the weather, these streets are our own, right? You've sung in words, and then you're booing your team. You've sung it, whatever the weather, right? That's the point of that song, but he's used them because of the words. You know, you're North London forever, whatever the weather, right? You're North London because you're Arsenal, right? We're based in North London, whatever the weather. Yet you're in that stadium, you're singing them words, and then you're booing your team. When yes, my mate Tone, the performance was crap. Do you
It was
understand? I
poor. It was
understand.
poor.
It was piss poor, right? And like someone said as well, they've done another podcast, and he put on there again, and the guys, I apologise, but this is why I'm just stating that it's them, not me taking anyone's thing. But he said, he kind of holding his hand up a little bit, saying, I was so pissed off, you know, that I said stuff that I've calmed down a bit now. That's why I didn't come on after the game. When with yourself, which I got home, but I was getting changed, trying to watch the football. You're trying to settle down, and then you get a beer, and then the goal goes in, and you're like, this is, you lose your stuff. You're going to lose your, you go online, and it's the same. That's how AFTV's worked for years. How they stuck a camera in that Chris's face, that kicked off their channel, Tone. You're entitled to be pissed off, but you're going to be, if people are asking you, you gotta go. You're shit. This player's shit. I get that, but this is why we didn't do. This is kind of like a semi-Arsenal therapy as well as it is a preview for Sporting, because
Yeah.
I needed a few days. I know
Some
you're still
preaching going
pissed.
on, mate. Yeah.
I know you're pissed. I am, but I'm taking it now that the only way that you can look at it, there's people out there going, "Oh, you know what's going to happen." We don't know. You know, this team has shown certain stuff that I've not seen before, and they just need to bring that back. That's my belief, Tone, because this team has shown a lot of they've done a lot of different, a lot of things where you think would fold. Losing against Bournemouth, I get it, it was shit. But let's hope it's got a more, with all this stuff going around, all these Man City stuff and bottle jobs and
Yeah.
all
That's what,
rival
yeah.
fans.
Got fire
Let's
in the
hope that
belly.
that defeat, as well as all this stuff, is a kick up the jacksie for the staff, for Mikel, for the players to go. Let's reel it back in. Let's realise where we are. Let's do the business. We haven't worked this hard for this amount of time to just let it fall apart at the end of the season. It's time for men to become men, in all due respect.
Yeah.
We're a football club that's been ridiculed, mocked. This is boys out there against men. Let's show that we're men now. Let's show that this manager has done it. He's got the fundamentals. He's got everything there, Tone. It's that next step. That's all this team needs, and you're on the cusp of it, Tone. That's where we are. We're on the cusp of it, mate. And it's up to these players now.
Cool. Let me catch these comments up, Wayne. There's loads of them coming in. Chris has put starting Havertz and Madueke was pathetic, though. I'm just being honest.
Listen, Chris, listen, mate. Listen, I get
Why
what you're
play
saying.
2 DMs at home? Yeah, look,
I think what it
been
was,
asking
Tone.
for that.
Ezra, he's again. I think he's not good enough. No, he
No,
isn't good enough.
Madueke's not good enough. Simple and being cool. He hasn't blown us away with stats, so let's be honest, Wayne.
As I say, individuals, mate, I get it. Evening, thank
Boring
you, mate.
Good evening, Boring AFC, mate. Thank you for coming back on. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Charles has put. Sorry, mate. I'm flying through this because
read them out, and I'll have me say. But I'll read them out.
Yeah, I agree. Arteta gets sucked into PR a lot. He doesn't need to do PR. That is a grave mistake by club's media or his choice. He needs to correct it. League's rallying cries have to stop. We agree, mate. Completely agree. I don't want to see any cringy videos before the City game going. I'll bring your dinner.
Honestly,
bring your Just Eat takeaway.
We get it. We've had enough of them. We've had enough of them. Bring the stuff on the pitch, Tone.
My dad, right? He doesn't really like football, right? But he does. One sportsman that he absolutely loved was Mike Tyson, and the reason why he liked Mike Tyson, Wayne, was because he didn't get involved in all the PR through a boxing match. He'd sit in the changing room, just focused, right? Now that's an analogy that I want Arteta to bring to them. Don't talk about it. Sit in that changing room, right? And just put some fire in their belly. Put videos up. Don't like TikTok shit, the training ground, all that shit, them dealing with shit. Put videos up of City taking the absolute piss out of us in the final. Cherky doing kick-ups. That geezer with the bottle. Literally put everything, all the tweets that people put up, put them up everywhere, right? Just to create, I know he won't do that because he's a positive manager and he doesn't want to create negative vibe, but spin it. Put motivation in their bellies to go, actually, come on, everyone's taking the piss out,
Well, do you remember when Ivan Toney said, nice kick around with the lads? And in the Amazon documentary, he showed it and he said it. He brought it up for the next game and we beat him. Just you add fuel to the fire. We don't need any of these videos. I mean, I'm talking to Arsenal FC. I'm talking to Mikel. We don't need it, right? We have, without any motivation whatsoever, the best away of fans around, right?
Yeah.
They will sing, they will support the club, they will keep going, right? They're fantastic. And these guys have got to get up early and all, crack a dawn, maybe have get a train, get a car, get it up there, get into Manchester and get into this stadium.
Shout out to Ben, he's going to the City game.
Is he?
Sunday. Yeah, Ben's going down there. Yeah, so
this is what I'm saying. So good luck, Chad. I don't know if he's watching or not, but this is what I'm saying. There are fans that give it the all. and we don't need that right now. You just need keep it in house. Yeah, we don't need silly. I mean, apparently someone said as well the none of the Arsenal players had tweeted for about 24 hours after.
Good.
I don't want to see tweets,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I don't want to see replays. I don't want to see Arsenal FC put a 5-1. I don't want to see none of this like the
No.
5-1. You know, from when we played them. So just bring it. The players bring the dinner, not the fans. The players. You know,
Yeah.
no matter how bad it was or whatever with Wenger, and if he could turn something around, I know we struggled to win a lot of the big stuff, but they entertained us. The fans are asking, put it on the pitch, give them something to cheer, and that starts tomorrow. Tomorrow's vitally important.
Yeah. On that,
To
let
positive.
me get through these comments, mate, and we're 40 minutes into the stream. Let's get we'll get your starting 11 up. Boring's put Pep clocked Arteta, and now other managers are copying the highline no press template. Arteta needs an ace or we'll lose that game. Completely agree. He's got to change it.
Yeah, it is 100%, mate. 100%.
Alludes, thank you for joining me. I think you knew. Why didn't Pep do that to Real Madrid? Battered like a toddler in the US. Yeah, UCL, he got battered. Yeah, Real Madrid. Charles, a great and honest young channel destination for greatness. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated.
Mate, we appreciate that, Charles.
You're one of our regulars, mate. You helped us get it going, so thank you for all your support. Boring, Rice and Zumini should be switched. That would free up whoever is in the 10. Odegaard, when planned, is dropping in like a DLP. It looks like they're just trusted. Yeah, Joe, what I was actually going to say, Wayne, that for this game, obviously if Rice is fit, I would leave Zubimendi out and put Rice in the 6 and put in, if Odegaard's fit, or Eza, put Eza in the 8 and put Havertz back in the 10. Right, I know everyone's been going, he should be playing in midfield, all that stuff, but maybe give it another go, because you're gonna have a pivot there of a very creative midfielder in Eza, right? Who we did come on against Bournemouth. We looked a lot better on the ball, by the way. So I think that he needs to change it a little bit. He's going like for like. He's going for that pivot, and it just isn't quite working at the moment, because I think people are sort of reading Zubimendi's game. And for some reason as well, he's what's the word? He's reading of the game has dropped off as well. You know, unfortunately, some of the goals were his fault against Bournemouth. You know, he has to take some blame for that, because he left his man. Scott run free, literally. He run through
that second one. You can't argue with it. I think that he left his man. The first goal is between Madueke and White, whoever you want to. White not closing down the passing lane, and Madueke not following what should have been his man. You know, it happens, and it's happened. You're taking it on the chin. If there's any manager out there who's going to say it'll be Arteta, Arteta will be analysing that as well. But yeah, just one thing, if you're going to use a Man City, I mean, I don't like to talk about them much, as you know, Tone, because I hate them with a passion. But use Rice as a Rodri, get Odegaard as a Bernardo Silva, because Bernardo Silva, you can't be telling me as a physical player that he's just got the skills, the touches. He's a brilliant player, right? But he's playing alongside Rodri in his system. Cherky's playing in the 10, right? And then he's got his out-and-out wingers in Doku and Semenyo, right? I see certain things, which I'm not saying let's hope, but I see certain things against Chelsea that a better counter-attacking team, right? I mean, which we didn't show against Bournemouth when we had a few breakaways, that a better counter-attacking team would have absolutely battered City. Chelsea in that first half had several moments where City were left exposed, and they didn't take advantage of it. So there could be hope if you use that. If Mikel does his homework, breaks that press, that you can get at them in transition. But whether you get them a lot of time or not, especially at the Etihad, it's going to, pardon the expression, it's going to take big balls, big cajones or cojones, however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah, Boren's very, very good point here. I'd like to see Rice, Odie, and Eza. So Odegaard in the 8, Eza in the 10. I get Jorginho vibes from our captain. Could extend his Arsenal career too. That was one positive thing I got out of that Bournemouth game, was I see Rice with the armband, and I feel like that needs to stay.
I thought that was good tone for me. That spoke volumes for me.
Yeah,
because Gabby was on the pitch, he could have taken the armband. I think that's Arteta making a statement for the future now.
He's transitioning them over to that role, isn't he? So, but fair enough. Wayne, let's get into your starting 11, mate.
Go for it, my friend. It's good. It's been a tough one today, mate. Go for it.
Yeah, look, I to know the MLS thing, right? He was at left back, Calafiori's on back, and Capio. I reckon he may go in for this game because he was on the bench, didn't get used.
This is what I was trying to pick. Is what it is so tough, and I don't mean to cut you off. I'll
No,
explain it,
mate, you
and
got
then
the
you,
hardest
as
job.
you
I've
say,
left
mate.
you with the hardest job all season.
This is honestly, guys. Well, you watching yourself. This is the hardest. This was hard today. And I thought to myself, do I just tell Tony don't do the starting 11 this tonight? What it is, guys, is I don't know what's going on. I think Rice is looking, as I say, it could be fatigue and whatever. He's vitally important for the rest of the season, so you've got to keep him wrapped up in cotton wool.
So before hold you on
you know,
that note, Wayne. So on the press conference I've got open here, it's got on why Rice wasn't seen in open training. This is Arteta's response. We have to wait and see how he is tomorrow, but he wasn't available to train. That tells me that he probably isn't going to be starting tomorrow's game. He's probably going to be rested because I think it's probably one of the things where do you plan tomorrow or do you give Norgard the opportunity knowing that we can get Rice back for the game against City? What's more important? You know,
it's a balancing act. I mean, it's no disrespect to sport. It's no disrespect to Sporting, who I think are going to be dangerous. They proved that, but it's still going to be a tough game. But I think with Declan Rice, it's vitally important. If anyone's gonna battle City for us, it's going to be him. Eze as well has impressed me in the way he's talking, and I believe that that there's going to be the way he's talking. It's made up. That's a game that's made up for him. So I want Eze as well. If he can do some damage tomorrow, to be taken off and rested as quickly as possible. Problem you have, Tony, to say you haven't got Moreno, you haven't got Ødegaard who can play that number 10 role. It's why it's obvious with Havertz. I think he starts Havertz because look, you know what I'd love to see, all right? And I know he's not going to go with Dalman because I put Dalman because Madueke, I'm not doing individual, but I think Dalman should get an opportunity if Madueke is not going to do it and Saka's not available. I would say if you're going to do anything, do not play Martinelli. Put Eze on the left if you're going to put Havertz through the middle. That's what that's another option. So he won't do it, but he is one of he will be even though he's not an out and out left-sided player that he does drift from there. He will be our best left-sided player, better than Trossard and better than Martinelli when he's there. That's the thing. If he's gonna do it again, but I think he's gonna potentially. Havertz, in my opinion, people are talking about, I'll get Havertz at the Etihad to hold it up. He's not even been winning his duels. He's not been doing that. So
he did one header against Bournemouth, mate.
This is what I'm saying. He has been poor in that aspect, and that is his overall thing that everyone's saying. And I said it, but he's not been doing it. So I'm sitting here looking like an absolute mug, which is not hard, I should say. But I thought, Havertz in the 10, be a goal scoring Özil type player, break the lines, get the play going. He's not happened. He's out of form because he's been injured. But let's see what he does, Tone. But I will still be beating that drum. I've not beat it tonight because I know he's not going to do it. But Eze is the best available player who can play from that left. That's my opinion. I won't shake that opinion at all. But if Ødegaard's not fit, you got to put someone. We need someone who's got a bit of nasty. You have a crack like he did with the last Champions League game, didn't he? Put the ball at an absolute corker.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So,
Jaspende, good evening, buddy. Thank you for the comment. Jaspende's put so far Atletico is winning. That means it will be Arsenal versus Atletico, Park the Bus versus Corners, a legendary battle. Good evening, mate.
Listen, it'll be a painful game, Jazz. But thanks for joining first and foremost. It'll be a painful game.
It's 2-1 in that game. Atletico Barcelona.
Listen,
2-1 on the night. 3-2.
Someone mentioned.
PSG are looking good, mate. PSG are looking
they
really
are.
good.
Someone mentioned that Dembele is a free agent. He could be someone I'd be interested in, or he won't be renewing his deal.
We should have signed him when he was at Barcelona and he was a fringe player. We should have signed him then because he had plenty of pace. But then Arteta probably would have turned him into Pepe. That's one thing I think we've got to try and do in this game. He's got to let the handbrake off a little bit. I think get our attacking players going, send them out there. I mean, I was listening to Danny Murphy on Talk Shite, right? And
you're listening to it. I told you.
Well, it was my YouTube feed just has TalkSport all over it, right? And he came up with a really good point. I think he was saying in his Liverpool days, so Gerard Houllier was the manager, and he
Mm.
literally, dirty attackers, he would set up the midfield, the defense, to defend really well,
Yeah,
right? And he'd go to his front three or front two, do what you want,
yeah,
do what you need to do to to win this game, to influence this game. He'd go, you go out there and do what you like. You're free. If you want to swap sides, go and swap sides. If you want, and I'm
yeah,
like, I wonder how that, because there was, and that was an FA Cup game where we was playing. Was it Portsmouth? Was it
yeah,
Portsmouth? Or Wigan? Actually, it was a Wigan one where we had interchanging front three where he didn't
yeah,
stay in one position. Now that worked really well, but he didn't. He didn't stick to that. I thought I'll use that in the Premier League. Like, why don't you use that in games when it's not working? Right?
yeah,
Interchange our players because we're predictable. We are predictable. That's the problem. They now know Mad Wake is going to get the ball and run it, right? And there was many times where Bournemouth went gone in and then goaded him off the pitch. He literally just run the ball out of play,
yeah,
And I think he's got to start being smarter with players like Dalman. Don't leave him
yeah,
on the right. Say to him, go out on the left. You left footed. Go out on the left. Go out on the right. Make the opposition think about what we're doing. Gyökeres, literally against Bournemouth, one ball pumped up to him. That's no good to him. Go to,
yeah,
like, give them the freedom. Look, I understand we've got to be our midfield defense, right? Be really rigid. Make sure that we're nice and tight, organised. Yeah, and just like that was that point Danny Murphy made. It was actually do you
yeah,
know what? It'd be really good if we actually took that on board and done that, because that,
yeah,
I must admit, that Liverpool team were deadly.
yeah, yeah.
Evening, Ted. Oh God, how was the wedding, mate?
Evening,
I bet
Ted.
it's better than the football.
Yeah.
After
That's
Bournemouth, I
why
have
we
no
lost,
confidence
Ted,
at
because
all.
you went to that wedding. You should have stayed and watched the Arsenal.
After
Good
Bournemouth,
evening, mate. Good evening.
I have no confidence at all. What worries me the most is the lack of physicality that we showed on Saturday. Yeah, we look knackered. We
Yeah,
look knackered.
it's as I say, there's a lot of as I say, I've said that, and I'll put that there's a lot you have to look at Arteta in that sense, and this is where it's up to him to find. He's got to find a way, however he sets his team up, bit of new fresh blood in fresh impetus or a change, slight tweak in formation. He has to find that solution, Ted. He has to find it because this is his players, this is his team, this is how far he's got us. He's got to get us over the line, and he's got to find a way. But he's also got to get these players to be on the same wavelength as that thing,
Yeah.
that mentality.
Boring AFC since Simone signed Lookman, Atletico are looking like prime Barca. They're going to be horrible if we make it through. Yeah, no game's going to be easy, mate. Talk shite is awful, but I also listen to it sometimes. See, everyone's got the bug way, I'm afraid.
I used to, mate. For me, you know what done it? The crap that I see every day on X and Twitter has done it for me, guys. And they are just clickbaiting Arsenal fans. ESPN do it, Sky Sports do it. You got all the other stuff, but it's them three: Talk Shite, Sky Sports, ESPN. Jesus Christ! Even TNT and BBC join in. They're just
Yeah.
clickbaiting Arsenal fans, but Talk Sport. It's just done it for me. Talk Shite, should
Oh,
we
it
say?
is quite entertaining watching Martin Keown argue with Simon Jordan during the day. That's quite funny. Because
Yeah,
Martin Keown,
yeah. I mean,
he's an
listen,
Arsenal. He's Arsenal through and through, that boy.
yeah.
Keown, he'll argue with anyone about the club. And
Mm.
I'm not going to. It's nice. It's Ray Parler's really good as well.
Yeah.
Just Penny's put, did you see Arteta's comment? Something about fire. Well, I can't imagine being normal. Just saying we will try our best. We was just
Yeah.
talking about that, mate, before he jumped on.
Yeah, listen.
We don't want to see any stupid videos, no promos, nothing, right? I want pure heart. I want him to be like it was back in the day. Arsene Wenger didn't come out and go, "Oh, well, we want to show this. I want you all to do this. Come and bring your dinner. Come and bring your McDonald's, your pop noodles." It's like Wenger would literally go, like giving you basic answers to the point where it'd piss you off and go, "What the fuck is he on about?" But the team would go out and perform, so you wouldn't give a shit what was being spoken about in the press conference. That's
He's
how I
very
want it to be
focused
now.
on getting the fan. He's always
Fuck
been
the
trying to
PR.
get the fan.
Fuck the PR. Turn the screens off at the Emirates. We don't care. Turn the screens off at the Emirates. Play football. Win the game. We don't care. Don't care about all that shit in the background. I want to see my team fight for every ball. We didn't win 1 second duel against Bournemouth. Not one. Right?
At the Emirates, at home, it's poor. They played with ridiculous amounts of fear. It was a piss poor performance, and there's no swing getting around that. But He has to stop all that, in my opinion, which we have said earlier, and I won't repeat, again. But yeah, he has to get that out. He can't keep saying that. Just do it yourself, mate. Get him on the pitch. Get him as a coach. You sort them out. Get these players on that wavelength.
A few people agreeing with me on the old Danny Murphy comments. Yeah, Tez put
Listen, when
one
they
of the
get
ones.
when they get decent
Maybe,
people,
yeah, you can
they're
tolerate.
not
Yeah,
clickbaiting.
I think Danny
I
Murphy.
like Danny
because he's
Murphy.
an
I like Alan
ex-footballer.
Shearer. Alan Shearer
Yeah,
as well can
because
be.
they're ex-footballers, Wayne. They refer back to their days of playing. It's not about
Yeah.
there's no
So
hatred.
there's a lot, the
It's not
Jamie
about
Carragher's, the Gary
Oh
Neville's.
yeah, they're
As I
knobs,
say, you got Jamie O'Hara. He's on talk shite, and he then
Yeah,
goes on
no,
to Sky Sports
I
and
actually find it
clickbaits.
quite funny with Jamie O'Hara because he's giving us shit on Saturday. Going, you bottled it. The Arsenal fans ringing up. Going, you bottled it. But what's going on? And I'm like, mate, you've got your own problems. You sitting there on Monday night. I was listening to that back this morning. It was hilarious. Cundy's got the old mask back on. He's going, shut up. He's literally, he's going, Lincoln away. Good team, mate. Good team, Lincoln. And I'm
it's funny because
mate, it's just if I was him, I'd be under a rock somewhere because you can't dish it out with what the situation you're going through. I'm sorry, Alfie, if you see this, I'm sorry, mate. But
no, but listen, we're showing how massive we are, Tony. Everyone's talking about us. People go away. I've got friends going away on holiday, and all they can talk about is Arsenal and mention it and start texting about Arsenal and that's made their. Sort yourself out and enjoy your own self. We are so big that we occupy people's brains. I don't know what 24/7. I would not be obsessed with. I'm not obsessed with any football team other than Arsenal. I could not give a crap about anything, but we are spoken about because we ain't banter anymore. All they got to banter is they've got this bottle FC. Drop it. Drop the bottle FC, and that's up to us.
If we win this league,
we do, Tone.
If we win this league, I'm literally going to be the most annoying fucker out there.
I will say there will be thousands upon thousands, tens of thousands, mate, of annoying Arsenal fans, and I will be annoying in my place of work. But we've got to do it first.
We've got to do it first, definitely.
Because we have taken a hell of a lot of it, but we occupy. It shows you how massive we are, Tone. Because we, in all due respect, and Alf again, your uncle apologises if you're watching, but Tottenham are in the bottom three of the Premier League. Yet everyone's talking about Arsenal. Chelsea has spent billions, almost 2 billion, but everyone's talking about Arsenal. Man United has spent money, changed managers, they've struggled. Everyone's talking about Arsenal. In Man City, we've got 115 charges, but that's ignored. Everyone talks about Arsenal. We are massive. People hate it. People hate that this Arsenal is back that can challenge at the top again. And it's that last steps. That is up to the Mikel and the players, mate, to take us over there. Because that's what people don't want. And also as well, this Mikel Arteta out, what do you think rival fans will want when a manager that's actually got us anywhere near looking like we can do it? Because we fell away under Wenger. We had no chance under Embry, right? And that's Wenger in the latter years I'm talking about. This guy's got us up there, Tone. These fans want him gone because they're hoping if he goes, and they might get another manager who will struggle again. This is the guy that's got us as close to Nirvana as is physically possible. It's time to do it now. I do agree. But this is what people want. They want Arteta out, Tone, because he's brought Arsenal back to where we should be. Because they cannot stop talking about us. They hate us, and that's always a good thing. When the hate levels rise, and I mean the media campaign is ridiculous, by the way, because it's we're getting the crap that we're getting, and Sky Sports, an absolute joke of an institution, in my opinion, because they are focusing on one guy with a bottle that an Arsenal steward went and got his son when they were there at the. It's more than likely when we battered them 5-1, Tone. But he went and the steward went and got him an Arsenal bottle, and he's kept it and done that. And Sky Sports managed to find him and pick him out in the crowd. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we know what you're doing, Sky. And that's one I'd love to be up there outside there where Sky Sports where he had the main building, the Sky Q headquarters, Tone, be up there for Sky Sports and go, because they have been to their coverage, Tone, has been diabolically biased and disgraceful, really. But let's just hold our tongues until we got something to do,
Yeah, comment from Just Pender. Yeah, Yes, interchange. Gabriel in the 10. Odegaard at centre back. You never know.
Listen to Jazz, he could be a deep
Fucking
line
hell,
centre
mate.
back.
Who-
I mean, he's not been absolutely fantastic this year, so he needs a new position. The
I'll
boy,
tell you what,
centre
I'm
back
gonna
could be his
I'm gonna block
position.
him in a minute. I'm only joking, mate. We love you, really. Ted put, I went for a piss and saw the score. Had to put a smile on my, despite being fucking fuming. Few beers and some good vibes sorted me out on Sunday. I finally watched a highlight. Shocking. Yeah, Joe, what? He's in a good place, mate. You had beer on tap there, ready to go. Probably for the best. It ruined my weekend. I'm not gonna lie. It ruined my weekend.
we got another one here, Tone. Go and read it out.
Go on, Boris. If Arteta has an issue with fire in his belly, he should try some.
Yes, Gaviscon puts out all fires for him, definitely.
He's not related to Jas Pende, is he? Boring. Bloody,
yeah.
jokes. Jas Pende. Arteta knew the Bournemouth game was going to be boring, so he said, "Bring food so the fans have something to focus on."
Yeah, don't bring your pot noodle because
honestly,
we haven't got any kettles in the stadium.
What the fuck was he on about?
It's online, Tone. As I say, I don't know if someone. There's an account. There's a few accounts. Sorry, Tone. Speak over. Sorry. There's a few accounts on Twitter that go bring your dinner, and then someone said, "Oh, Arteta's told you. Listen, stop this. Bring your dinner, malarkey.
Just stop talking shit,
just
mate.
Stop talking. Stop. You're just rising and you're feeding the banters. You're feeding all the bants. You're feeding all the wannabe bottle jobs FC. We're always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Just do it with a team, Mikel. That's what you got to do. Focus on the boys and the team.
Yeah. You tell them, Wayne, Sky are fucking awful. They are desperate for us to lose this league. If we don't win, I don't think I can recover, to be honest, as a start tomorrow.
Eza has to because Erdegaard's not there, but I do want him to put it on City on Sunday. If there's a player I believe could do it out because he's done it for Crystal Palace against them, that I think that Eza will have a bit of fire in his belly, and I want him to be fresh for City. You know.
Just Penning's put, if we don't win this league, there's only 3 people to blame: Arteta, Eza, and Eza.
Oh no, the Eza brothers, they're nightmare.
Mate, he might have some good touches tomorrow. I reckon he will.
He might have some good touches. He might have some good touches.
Yeah. He has some good touches against Bournemouth, to be fair.
He's had fire in his belly, and I think I don't think he should take Gaviscon at least till after the game time. Just let that fire brew.
Have the Rennies on tap. Yeah,
that's it, mate.
Boris, I was expecting scallops, filet de mignon, and Bank de Lasca. I was served 5 wings and chips.
Welcome to London.
I bet you paid a fortune for them as well, mate.
Chicken wings, or is it bloody parrot? What's it?
I like them. Fucking, you get a big sausage roll there for like £8. It's like a sausage roll, but it's like it's big to be fair, but it's like £8. Yeah. With a drink, it's £12. Fucking nuts.
I know. Boring. He was banging,
and at the conference was banging.
He's a Gooner living the dream, and if there's anyone that I want to keep the fire in his belly, it's what it is, you know.
I just think we need a moment, mate, this season. We need a
Sylvain
Wiltord moment.
I thought the Everton game was a moment, and then obviously we got pulled back in the Carabao Cup. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of players. I think there's confident they're taking a hit, and the fears come in. And yeah, there needs something. They need something to bang. You know, they're just not banging on the pitch as Jazz just said.
Yeah, they're banging at the conference, but it's not banging on the pitch.
Oh dear. Mate. There we go. Brilliant, guys.
Well, mate, give me your prediction for tomorrow.
Yeah. This will start. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to go for 2. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Arsenal win. I'm going to go for 2-0 Arsenal win.
Yeah.
And let's see it home, and let's prep for the scum on Sunday. But first and foremost, get them supporters in that stadium celebrating. Get the stadium rocking. Don't release any pre-stuff and bring your dinner. We don't need that. Just a good performance. It'll be very interesting in what he's going to do, because obviously my starting 11 is again trying to preempt what he's saying. Because if I go to you and I go, right, my team, people may agree, they may not agree, but I would love to see my number 1 team that I've not seen at all, and we will all agree on that, will be Raya, Calafiori, Gabriel Saliba, Timber, Rice, Subamendi, Erdegaard, Eza, Saka, Gyökeres. We've not seen that team. Even you could sub Gyökeres out for Havertz if you wanted to do that, right? We haven't seen that team. That for me will be the strongest team. And you could argue amongst yourselves about the striker. You could argue amongst yourself left. But that, for me, when I was starting this, when the season was starting, Tone, I thought I'd see that a lot more. And we haven't seen it. Maybe, I don't think we've seen it once. So, you know, that is where you come from. So for me, I would every game put that lineup out, but they're not all fit. So
Yeah.
I'm going on what he's saying. He's playing the game. I see what you're doing. You don't want to give City or Pep a chance to know what you're doing, what you're playing your cards. You got to play them on Sunday. You got to play them tomorrow night. So that's why I've based it on.
No, I'm going to go for a 1-0. I'm going to go for a 1-0. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think we'll get a goal, and I think we keep Sporting. I think one thing that Arteta's going to want tomorrow is a solid defensive performance after the Bournemouth game.
Let's all kind of leave, other than a bit of a mistake where the player hit the crossbar, and that was Benny White again.
Yeah.
We were good defensively. He kind of improved after that. I think he can get that in Champions League. We're one of the best defensive sides in the world at the moment. So
we've got to bring that back, man. We've got to bring that back.
You've got to bring that back.
Boris, but back in my day, you could trade your drink for 2 extra chicken wings. Just had to ask Boss Man. Yeah, Wayne used to do that quite a lot.
Damn straight,
Boss
mate.
Man, can I swap them out for? Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Jeff Benny's put 2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah, go on the Jazz fan. Yeah.
Boren's put 1-0 Arsenal as they to save our blushes. Another screamer, maybe. Just Benny, when is Saka coming back?
Exactly, mate. Exactly. It's not apparently a Jazz fan.
Before you get into that, Wayne, let me read out what he's put in the press conference. He's playing mind games already. He's put on if Saka or Timber could be back tomorrow. He's put maybe one of them. Let's see. So he's been very short and very
exactly. You know what, guys? For me, I know he was kind of Count Dooku. Thanks for joining, mate. I know. I think I'm wondering what he's going to do in midfield if Declan Rice is out, matey. But I think Hincapié should come in. I'm with you. I don't know he's going to play MLS in the midfield. So, but I think Hincapié should come back in. He was on the bench on Saturday. I think he should come back in, especially if Calla don't make it. But
to be fair, though, Wayne, MLS didn't play too bad against Bournemouth.
No, that's what I'm saying. I
don't think he was too bad. I'll be honest with you.
I don't think he was. He wasn't at fault. He wasn't at fault, the boy. But I think what we miss in this team again is to bring back the defensive. You realise what you miss when you haven't got Timber. I think Kepa should start against City because I think obviously if we want to see a 5-6-0 drubbing, you get Kepa in goal.
Honestly. I can't see
that guy again, Tone.
If Ray got injured in the warm-up, touch wood, right? Fucking hell. If he got injured in the warm-up and you see that guy starting, I'm already crapping my pants about Sunday.
My positivity will drop down quite a few levels if that happened. And you put, stop it now, Tone. What? Cannot have that geezer seeing our season out.
No, it needs to. Let's finish the season.
He's what he is. He's a backup, and he's a middle.
Get set for the next season.
He done well for Bournemouth. That was his level. In all due respect to Bournemouth, who did play a good game and turned us over, but that's his level, mate.
I think Setford needs to be our number 2 next season. Step him up.
Setford, is he gone on loan or something? Setford.
I think has he? I'm not sure actually.
I like the kid. I like the kid, and he needs to be promoted. He does need to be promoted to a more prominent role in the squad, mate. Unless if he's not going to make it, then But I think he's an English lad. Let's start looking at the future as well, Tone. Definitely.
Yeah,
he's highly rated. He's very highly rated.
Yeah, Count Doku 1-0 to the Arsenal corner. A corner own goal, a York penalty or 90+ tap in. If Havertz would do.
Even if it comes on York is his skin or his shin or his arsehole. Jazz, no, listen, 100%, and I think Setford. Yeah.
If Ray gets injured, we know who to blame now. Yeah, blame Wayne.
Exactly, a Jazz fan. Not I can't believe you said that, Tony. You've right. I was positive, mate.
Fair, it's going to sound really bad, but I'm surrounded by wood. That sounds really bad. So, I'm touching on the wood. No pun intended.
Yeah. No, that's it. I know, but we can't have that. I mean, listen, I could see it, and I said it in the preview of the Carabao Cup, but you have to. That was a downfall of Arteta recently in terms of it that sometimes you've got to be ruthless. You've got to go for your best players.
Yeah.
You went through that Carabao Cup. Other than obviously, I know he had Chelsea, so he's playing a relatively strong team, but you know, he's he's poor. He was poor.
Cadux, but Setford isn't playing because Kepa refused to leave his bus seat. Let Setford into the bus. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Quite literally. Listen,
look, Kepa's going to be on that bench, I think, over Setford this season. But I think next season, I think Setford should come in as number 2.
we had a discussion, and we thought in terms of what he'd done. So he went down in my estimation because that Man City, that was a big game, and you're playing for Arsenal, and you went back to the Kepa from Chelsea, and the Kepa at Bournemouth had all the shackles released, and he was a much better goalkeeper. That ball going through, if that doesn't happen, or you have Raya in that match, it could be different. But again, he couldn't play over the press. He's not that kind of keeper. I said for 5 million. It's not as if we've done a Madueke and spent 45 million on a backup to Saka.
Yeah.
You look at a Madueke, 45 million is ridiculous. But again, I'm not going to be doing individuals and stuff like that. We'll get to that. It's got to be, let's end this season before we start our end of season review. But Kepa at 5 million, you thought decent backup, but yeah, he shouldn't. He shouldn't. In hindsight, he shouldn't have started the Carabao Cup. But we weren't to know, Tone. I thought, he's gone for his cap. And again, we wasn't. I don't think it was absolutely great against Southampton because I think it's confidence wise. You play behind a keeper you're confident with, and then they're not confident with Kepa, and it showed. And it showed in both games.
Yeah. Cool. We've been on stream for quite a while, Wayne. Just a quick walk around the grounds. We've got Atletico 1, Barcelona 2, 3-2 to Atletico on the night. They're in stoppage time at the moment. 8 minutes stoppage time now.
Jesus.
Liverpool 0, PSG 2, 4-0 on aggregate. I think we can safely say that's done and dusted. So yeah, look,
it's done and dusted in the first leg. I think. I mean, Liverpool's quality. I think obviously they're doing what we're doing, which we shouldn't be doing. And that's looking. You're previewing these players, that players. Got to get behind the team because Liverpool are looking there for the future, aren't they? They're thinking Salah's gone, manager's going, Clark clearly going to go, so they're going to have a change in the summer. So they're going to spend another 500 million.
They're going to rebuild. That's why we've got to do it. This is a good chance this season to get the trophy in the cabinet. But yeah, look, Wayne, good session. Good therapy session.
Listen, I hope it helped you, Tone. I know you're an angry dude, and I know I waffled on, but listen, it's for everyone still watching, still sticking with us. We appreciate it. And just a message to you, just keep going, guys. It's togetherness. That's what's going to get us through. And the players as well. It's up to the manager now. Get what you can. Some players are running on empty, Tone. It's time to just he's got to find a way to reignite something in the team. What better way to get into the semi-finals of the Champions League and do something to City on Sunday? What better way, mate?
Yeah, definitely. Count Dock has put it, despite Arsenal being the only English team left in the CL, I expect a lot of hatred from our neutral English fans. Yeah, Joe, what? Actually,
you have it all the time, mate.
Back in the day, you used to support the English teams and left in the Champions League.
You did. Look at this though, quickly, and keep that fault. Don't let me interrupt. I'm going to leave it straight back to you. If our Arsenal have added, because we've gone so far as well, we have contributed to the 5th Champions League spot. But Arsenal was scum, and we hate you, and this and that and the other. Carry on, son. But yeah, this is what Arsenal's done for.
Yeah, no, look, we're the only ones left in it. We're flying the flag. Back in the day, you was flying the flag for England, really, in the Champions League, and you'd got the support. But now it's like I hope Arsenal lose everything. The hatred.
The hatred is next level. I've not seen it because social media amplifies that, and then you're giving platforms of Sky Sports. Sky Sports doing it with a camera and a bloke and a bottle. They've done it live on TV, which is a disgrace anyway. But they're doing it online as well, Tone. It's another platform. It's disgrace. They're coming from all managers. If I'm not getting it from WhatsApp groups, I'm getting it on internet, and then I'm getting it on the TV itself. And then, listen, it's elevated from when I was a kid, when we were going invincible and winning league titles. You just got to ride it, and it's up to this. It's a big test this week. It's a make or break in terms. I would say more confidence. Don't think the league will be gone if the worst happens, but it's confidence time.
Yeah, no, I
They're more
agree.
than capable, these group of players, to go toe to toe with that City team and even turn them over. They're more than capable. I've seen enough. It's just getting them over the line. Bring on
Yeah,
Super Eza. That's what I say. Get him in there. He's
yeah.
ready, mate. That boy's fucking angry. No Gaviscon for him for at least 2
It's fire
weeks.
in his belly.
Yeah,
Um,
no
I,
Gaviscon. Ebbs, you're not
I
having
think
it.
talking of fire in the belly, I don't know what Jaspender's had for his dinner, but there's another question from Saka or Messi. Who do you rate more? I know it's very hard to answer.
A jazz for listen, mate. I've got work in the morning, mate. All right, keep answering these questions. All right, it's blatantly Saka, and you know it.
Well, I tell you what. One thing I would say, if Saka does come back, he's he's got to come back a different player because he's been awful to the point where he's no different to Mad Wakey at the moment for me.
I think again, Tone. There's been someone saying it's could be issues with his Achilles. I mean, you're not told this, right? Because
No,
Mikel doesn't
he doesn't look
give
right,
anything
does
away.
he? Yeah,
Mikel doesn't say, "Oh, Mikel's not even told us what's wrong with Moreno," right? Mikel never says and comes out. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Wenger would tell you. He'll go. He's got a groin strain. He's had a tight hamstring. He's got
Paul,
this. He's got that.
do you remember back in the day you could go on the Arsenal website and they give you the
You could
injury list
tell the Arsenal
and
website would
the
list
latest
every
update?
injury. Under Mikel, they don't do it. We don't know why Moreno's out. What's happened to him? Only
Yeah.
what people say online. Like, and you're like, oh yeah, he's like it's a fractured fibula or something. It's something in his foot that's quite really bad actually. It's quite painful thing time. So it's why it's quite a bad injury. But other than Twitter letting he doesn't say a word. Oh yeah, he's had quite a bad injury. It was this. He's recovering in it. He's blah blah blah. You're not getting. You don't get anything. What's wrong with Saka? He has said it now. I'll give him that granted. But people go out like Timber. Has he said anything about Timber?
No, he
Do
hasn't.
you remember when Calafiori played 9 every single game, right, up until December? And then he had something and he said, oh, he's had a setback with something. And that's it. And then the
Well,
guy's out and
I
he's been
thought
in and
Timber
out
had
of
a
the
knock.
team.
I didn't think he's been out for a couple of games. We need him back. I reckon
He,
he's back
he,
tomorrow. I reckon he'll be
he's
back
the
tomorrow.
problem. He's the problem because he's fundamental to the way Arteta was played up until December, and why we were so good defensively was having the back line that we had. You couldn't get, in Capier, you couldn't get, and he was coming back and injured anyway. MLS couldn't get, and you had Calafiori there. The centre half position was locked down. Other than a few, sort of, if Gabriel had a bit of a knock, Mosquera came in, if you remember. But Timber will lock that right back Scott thing down as well. We are missing Timber and Calafiori in the fullback position, Tone. And I think as well, we do like in Capier. I do like in Capier. I think he's as well. But I think Calafiori brings a different level to that. He just marauds around the pitch. You don't know
Yeah,
what he's doing.
yeah,
So there's players we've missed, and we've missed Erdegaard in a system that allows him to have a player, and that's why I keep saying about if you're going to put Erdegaard in the team, you haven't seen Erdegaard and Eza play together for a set run of games. You know, you can
yeah,
judge Eza,
yeah.
but I think Eza could become an even better player if he had a player like an Erdegaard who's picking the ball up, picking him out. He finds the space, he finds the pockets, he runs. He hasn't got that. He had a Walton, didn't he, last year for Crystal Palace, and he was tucking in from the inside of the. You haven't had that. He hasn't had that consistent player that will go look for him, find him, get him on the ball, get him in the positions where he needs to be. He's not a controller. Eza has never been a controller in his lifetime. And in this team, he's expected to be the number 10 and controller. He isn't that player. This is the problem with the team all season. We haven't had the first choice 11 fit as a one unit. It's there's a lot of players out of form, but we need him. Let's hope that Saturday was a kick up the arse. That's all I'm saying. I've said it earlier.
We need a response. We need a
We
response
need a
tomorrow. We
response.
need-
The boys know what to do. As supporters, let's get behind them. That's all we can do. That's all we can do.
Cool. Yeah, let's close these comments and then we'll call it there, Wayne. Jas Pender's put Saka is done for a winger. Maybe put him in the 10 or back at left back.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Count Docker's put this season Saka Madwake are fighting to make Talman look good. Have been that bad.
Listen,
Marino
yeah, I know he
out
is a
with a
jazz
long
for
term
it.
cold.
He shows you that the disrespect that he got. He's been a big miss from Christmas onwards. Very much so.
Very good point from Count Docker. Arsenal is known to foul with their injured players. Arteta is doing the right job by keeping us, most importantly, our opponents in the dark. Yeah, agree with that point.
Yeah, I get that. No, I get that, mate. I do get it. It's just it can be frustrating because
Just want to
there's
know what's
certain
happening, right?
aspects you need to
Yeah.
know. Like Timber. what's he done? Is it a hammy? Is it whatnot? Have you taken him out because he's a red? If he's in the red zone, and they're resting him up, he's on a fucking massage. He's getting massages every day just to keep. Let's get him ready for a kind of a big running. Fair enough, but let's find out because he's vitally important to us. So let's see.
Yeah, cool. Look, we're going to call it there. We've been on for over an hour. It's been a lovely session. Lots been discussed. We thank you all for your comments. As always, been brilliant. But look, tomorrow is the watch along. Come and join us. I believe it's 9 o'clock kickoff, if I'm not mistaken, Wayne. It should be 8 o'clock kickoff. So come and join us. 7:45 will be online, ready to go. Come and watch it with us. Get your comments in. So that's it from us, guys. Please smash the like button if you haven't already. Please subscribe. We're on the road to 1K, so we're getting there. See you tomorrow. We're out of here. Take care, guys. Have a good evening.
All the best. Cheers, guys.